Hi, this is Tim Flatt, the founder of Real-Time Pain Relief, and today Ron Snodgrass, our CEO, and I are going to talk to you about something that's very important to our program, and that's Part 2 training of the 100 Days to Financial Freedom. And one of the things we're going to talk about today in this presentation, we'll give you all the information you need, so at the end of the presentation you can decide whether you want to join the 100-Day Club or not. Let's begin by doing a little bit of a review of what we covered last in Part 1. In Part 1, we talked about the event and database marketing. And we talked about the way that you can use focus, vision, determination as three key things to really help you build your event and database marketing. Now, the most important thing about it is one of the key things to the program itself, in developing financial freedom in the 100-Day Club, is using the 100 event days to build and combining the offline activity with your database marketing system. Because your database marketing system will give you passive income because it will help you generate online retail sales, and also, this is very important, it will increase the viral aspect of your business. The goal of Part 2, this training itself, is to demonstrate how you can leverage viral activity to the same level of vision, focus, determination. Now, additionally, we're going to discuss on how focusing on passive income is the key to your financial freedom. Because, we talked about in Part 1 that you have to have more passive income than active income in order to be financially free. And so we're going to talk about how you can focus on that, and that's the key. And also we're going to talk about how it's what separates RTPR from the other home businesses. Now, there's a couple of key concepts we're going to talk about today. And the first one we're going to talk about is the concept of personal volume or active income. And really, your personal volume of sales that you do, and that creates a profit. And when you create that profit, you've generated active or earned income. We simply say buy it wholesale, sell it retail, and make a profit. Now, we don't want to gloss over that because really there's a very small percentage of home businesses that offer that opportunity to buy it wholesale, sell retail, and make a profit, because most of their products are not priced to the point where you can actually sell them in retail, and they don't give them to you at a good enough price to resell them. So that's one thing. But here's what's really important. Of all the companies that even offer you an opportunity to sell retail, none of them offer a 100% markup. Now, that really is something amazing, because when you combine that with our database marketing system, which is really the key to, we say, connecting your offline activity to your online activity, or in this particular case, it's how you take your active income and convert that to long-term passive income, and that's the whole key, converting your short-term or your active income into long-term passive income. So think about this: the opportunity to earn a 100% markup makes RTPR the most powerful option in the home business industry. But really, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Now let's talk about concept number 2. I'm going to have Ron come in and talk about the second concept, which is team building, and how this is a completely different concept that you'll see in other home businesses as well. Ron?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Concept number 2, team building creates leverage. This is not a unique concept in itself, but when you combine it with the number of factors that we have, it becomes a lot more powerful. The factors that make RTPR's team building concept more unique is, number 1, organic and natural growth of your team. That's a big aspect, because our customers become our advocates become our vendors. And as you get out there with our product, you're going to find how it organically and naturally grows a strong, stable foundation for your business. And that brings us to point number 2. It's lasting because the focus is on creating passive income, not active income. It's actually passive income is where the focus is at. Now, there's a big difference between what we call team building and recruiting. In recruiting, typically is what you see out there in the industry. It's the goal of signing up anybody and everybody. Typically is all about you. In true team building, you're looking for team members who will commit to help the team. You're concerned about their success. You're invested in their business. You want to see them become successful, because obviously it's going to help you in creating passive income. Now, organic and natural team building, there's a couple of things that you're doing here. One, like we talked about before, vision. The vision is to see that you're helping people. Obviously, whether that's the product or you're helping people find relief from pain, or you're looking at, from a business opportunity aspect, you're helping people create financial freedom. So you've got to have the vision that you're helping people. The next part of it is the focus, to see the potential for each team member on your team. And that's, being focused and helping them in their business is going to be a big aspect to growing a strong, stable team that's going to be building out there in the business. Also, determination to help every team member become successful. And I think this is a very, very important part. As you understand, as you look at our program, you're going to see how just from the company to the vendors helping the teams, we are determined to help many people and as many team members be successful. And I think, Tim, you can actually talk a little bit about this Hebrew teaching concept. I think it's a really good analogy to kind of show what we do here as far as building a team.
Well, Ron, when you take a look at translating out of Hebrew and you see the word in English that says teach, in some research I did, I found out that there's no word in the Hebrew language that stands for teach, or that actually is the word teach. Actually, what they have is different tenses there, and a particular tense they have is the hostile tense, and that particular tense means cause to. So, for example, there's no word for teach. The word there is learn, and then the concept is in the Hiphil tense, which means cause to learn. And so there's a big difference between this concept of saying, I'm going to get up in front of a room, and I'm going to tell people stuff, and when I sit down, I will have taught them because I've done my job, and I've collected my paycheck, and I can move on. Well, in the Hebrew mindset, the job of learning was placed equally on the person who was teaching. And so think about it like this here. When you go out to an event and you want to train somebody new at becoming involved in the business, you take them out. If you just go there and just give them a bunch of information and then just expect them that they know it and they don't learn it, it's on you as well as it's on them. Okay, you both have a responsibility in the learning process. So this way, if you go to an event and you teach somebody, you really spend the time, you show them how to do it, and you get them involved, and you care about them, you're determined to help them become successful, all right, then that's when you have that cause to learn concept. And that's why there's a huge difference between Hebrew mindset and the Greek mindset. So that's kind of the if you put that in your concept when you think about this program, about your responsibility in teaching and helping somebody become part of the business, that's important. One of the best things about the business is that really we see organic and natural team building. And that can be done various ways. First of all, the event. I would say that probably 70 to 80% of our vendors who are involved are vendors who bought our product at an event from another vendor. And there was never necessarily a recruiting process. One of our top vendors who just had an iPad, we're having people that she's never recruited one person. People recruit themselves. She just lets them see what she's doing, and they get involved. And they ask, can they get in the business? And she tells them how they do it. They see her making money every single week. Second thing is salting the oats in your warm market, your friends and family. If you're out there and you have an event and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars a week or month and being involved in real-time family, when you share that information with people, there's a lot of people that who would love an opportunity to be able to go out on a Saturday morning and work at an event and pay for their mortgage. So you just salt the oats. Don't go and try to recruit them. You let them know what you're doing. You share some things. Share some stories. Share stories about even with people that you've helped with your product. And then you have salting the oats in your email database. Well, that's something that really is done because of the follow-through that we do through database marketing system. So you just have people that you know into the database. We're on the newsletter list. They'll get the information. That will keep them in tune. And, of course, in the flow of life. And I always like the illustration of, we have a guy who is out there and he has a couple of chiropractors buy product from him. He's with some friends and family, and he gets a call from one of the chiropractors, need more product. And he just talks, they asked, what was that? And he said, well, I've got to run down, and one of the chiropractors buys product from us sold out again, and I've got to get him more product. And all of a sudden it perks your ears up. Hey, what do you mean? The chiropractor sells it. Oh, yeah. And it's so different than other home-based businesses, it catches people's attention. And so the concept is you can have organic and natural team building with vision, focus, and determination. It will grow your business, okay? That's the key. And if you do that, not only that, you'll end up with the right team members. I can't tell you how important it is to have the right team members. Two there's two factors that make RTPR team building unique. One is that you just talked about, that growth is organic and natural. And two, it's lasting because it's focused on creating passive income. Most home businesses talk about the concept of residual income, but there's a huge difference between what they call residual income and what RTPR's passive income. Their so-called residual income is based on active or earned income. In other words, you or somebody or thousands of somebody have to be out there working to sustain their residual income. And obviously, that's different from passive income, which is income received by you on a regular basis that requires little or no effort on your part to keep it coming. See, with team building, and you think about their residual income concept, the bigger your check, the harder you have to work. And really, by definition, that's the exact opposite of passive income. And one of the things that we saw is we saw a person, we met with a person, Ron met with a person back about 10 years ago now in California. It was part of a company, and they were out there building this company, and they were talking to us about getting involved with our business. And we asked him, and he said, well, how much money do you make? And he said, well, I make $29,000 a month. So we thought, well, we don't really have a business that's trying to give you $29,000 a month quickly. So how are you going to replace your income? Then he went on to explain that it was $29,000 a month he was making, but he was spending $21,000 a month to keep up with his qualifications. That's what he had to buy in product, and then he explained from there how that was storage because he couldn't sell the product to retail, and that he knew that it was just a house of cards that was going to go away, and that's why he was looking to get involved in another business. The point is, in those other businesses, they call it residual income, but the hardest working people are the ones that are making the money. And if you ever stop working, the money goes away. And that's what you want to avoid. So, and why do you want to avoid that? Well, because without passive income, there is no financial freedom. The two are interconnected. For example, the definition again, you will obtain true financial freedom whenever your passive income exceeds your wants and needs. And our theory is people in the home-based business industry aren't looking for another job or a second job. In the long term, looking for passive income. Not that they're not willing to earn money and make some income now, have earned income to help them out now, but the goal should be moving toward the passive income. And the bottom line is those other programs do not offer true financial freedom. And they don't offer it very simply because if someone in their downline stops working and or cancels their ownership, their income stops. And, Ron, why don't you talk about some of the companies that are well-known out there and just do a little comparison for us?
Yeah, I think of it. I mean, the concept is, I like what you said. You know, if somebody in their downline stops working or cancels their auto ship, their income stops. You know, how many times you can identify with this if you hear in the industry all the time, you know, people that supposedly come out of retirement because, you know, there's such a great opportunity now. Well, the problem is if you really get to know the story and understand the concept, they came out of retirement because they stopped working their business and their income dried up. And you see that quite often in the industry. But basically, you know, team building and passive income. The concept we're talking about here is also true with well-established companies out there in the marketplace. There's a lot of product-driven home business companies like Tupperware, Creative Memories, Avon, Mary Kay. And there are a few reasons for this. You know, reason number one, by design, their personal volume qualifications, they grow with their earnings. You know, so the more you make, the more your qualifications are to maintain that level. Well, with RTPR, we designed a unique concept where we cap the qualifications to basically qualify for all aspects of our compensation plan. One of it is $50 in NFT, and the other is $200 in MTV. You know, meeting those two requirements, you know, pretty much you pretty much have the entire plan available to you. You know, as Tim described that story with that individual that we met quite a few years ago, I mean, you look at the dynamic there of somebody spending that much money just to maintain the check. There is no passive income there. And, I mean, they were working with a very well-known company. So just to understand that concept, you know, RTPR, we've laid out that roadmap where all vendors have the chance for true passive income. Okay, basically $150 of the 200 MPV that we talked about can come from passive volume like online sales. I mean, being able to have online sales that take care of the majority of your qualification requirements, that's passive. And these are things that you can be doing while you're sitting on the beach somewhere. That passive income is taken care of for you. Now, we said $150 of the $200 can come from passive activities like online retail sales, your newsletter going out and being shared and people buying and people rebuying. But the $50 kind of product that you purchase, you want to continue to maintain your business at some point. So basically, you do the $50 MFC requirement just by giving out 100 travel packs to hand out in the flow of life. I mean, as you see somebody walking, you can tell they're in pain. Handing out travel packs, it's basically is a way to build your business very easily, and you can do that from a very limited activity, like we said with passive income. It's something, that happens with little or no effort. And if you look at this, income received by you on a regular basis that requires little or no effort to keep coming. I mean, think about that. Just giving out 100 travel packs in a month in the flow of life, I mean, you can't get much more passive than that. So obviously, number two, reason why some of these companies, had this failed model out there, their downline earnings are generated by active / what we call earned income. And then life happens to somebody. When life happens, obviously, people might cancel their auto ship with the company, and they have issues that come up. So sometimes when life happens, the active income pauses, and many times it stops for people. So the RTPR program, we designed a couple of elements to deal with these types of life-happening type issues. Number one, we don't have an auto ship. So if somebody has life happen in their organization to somebody, they're not psychologically disconnecting from this business, number one. But number two, they're not on an auto ship program. Another program we put together was a Platinum Status Protection Program. It's a program that allows, people to get to a certain level in our company and be able to have months of qualifications already met just by the activity that they've created in the stable foundation they've established in this business, and lets their income continue to grow and continue to move on because they've already had that well-established business and the Platinum Protection Program coming into effect. And then obviously, the obvious part of it is having a passive income coming to you. And it's amazing that you got this thing set up. So basically, for example, if we told you that as a vendor that you could obtain financial freedom by building a team of vendors to create huge volume from just attending events, then we'd pretty much be like every other home business company out there, and basically we'd be lying to you. Because we understand that passive income that creates financial freedom does not come from active or earned income. I mean, it's a pretty novel concept. Imagine that. Basically, got my slides out there. Hold on, let me get you back to where we were. Basically, there's not financial freedom without focusing on programs ultimately creating true passive sales volume. This is why every program that we offer real-time payment relief, we actually create the program around the concept of creating a situation for you to have passive income and also establish passive income and sales volume. We always talk about the acid test. The acid test is like we talk about in our product. You always got to ask yourself, would this product sell at the same price point if there was no opportunity associated with it? Well, we've been selling our product at the same price point since 1998, so obviously that is true. But then if you look at the opportunity, and you have to ask yourself, as a home business entrepreneur, does an opportunity pass the acid test? Okay? And the acid test that we're talking about determines if your income is passive or active. Okay? And you got to ask yourself, okay, will the sales continue if I or my team member is not active? Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of these scenarios and let you kind of determine for yourself. Building a database. We talk a lot about doing that. Building a database to generate online sales. Ask yourself, will that continue if I or a team member was not active? And Tim, you got to talk on that one?
Yeah, the answer is real simple now. Think about this here. How does the database work? The database works is you load in your names to the database, and every month a newsletter goes out to those people. Those people then have the opportunity to buy product, okay, or they have the opportunity to share it with on social networks with other people, and sales come in. So will those sales continue if you're not active? Of course they will. Will they continue if your downline's not active? Of course they will. It's true passive income, probably the most significant passive income offered in the industry, and that passes the acid test completely.
Okay, the next one we talk about, we've heard of it in these presentations we've been doing around the financial freedom, the viral activity of an online database, okay? And as you're building a database and as you're building this business, will the sale continue if I or a team member is not active?
Again, the answer to that, think about this here. You have 2,000 people in the database. If somebody stops working within your downline, and for whatever reason, life happens, they stop working, no problem. 2,000 emails go out every month, okay? Now, those people then that get the emails, the subscribers, they're the ones that make it viral. They're the ones that share the article. They see an article about 12 ways to ease back pain or 20 ways to help relieve arthritis pain. They share the articles. Those articles bring people to the website. People on the website buy products. The viral activity absolutely continues 100%, whether someone stays engaged in the business or not. True passive income is passive. Yes, it's test.
You know, and there's another aspect of our business that we talk about is, you know, we're leveraged wholesale marketing. So we don't just go after family and friends in this business. We have a concept that really implements traditional business values, and we also allow our vendors to participate in the traditional business market by getting wholesale accounts. You know, for example, you know, our healthcare practitioners. If you have an established healthcare practitioner account where they're selling to their patients, or, you know, they're having the patients come in, they're buying product, they're running out of product, they're buying more, okay, as a healthcare practitioner, ask yourself, will the sale continue if I or a team member is not active?
Think about it like this. Here you are. You're in a situation. You decide you want to go and take a 6 months cruise around the world because you have plenty of money and time to do it, and you get off and you go off on your cruise. Well, you have healthcare practitioners that are buying directly from the company. And when they run low on product and their customers on product, they simply call and they order from the company. Whether or not you're still involved in the business or people in your organization are still involved in the business really has no impact on whether or not they buy product and sell product to their customers, because they are a direct customer with real-time payments, and you're making a commission off of them every time they take an order, place an order, because you've made the connection. So absolutely, again, true passive income that will go on even if people stop working the business.
Okay, now another aspect, talking about leverage wholesale marketing, we give our vendors the ability to sell to local merchants and have local merchants selling real-time payments in a variety of venues. So we're not looking for the big box store. We're looking for those small retail establishments where they have a passion for our product, and they're going to help their customers find relief from pain with a better solution, a better product of ours. And when you go out there and establish these accounts, and it's another concept, would a merchant that's buying and selling to their customers continue to buy real-time payment relief? Will those sales continue if I or a team member is not active?
Think about it like this here. You know, I owned a small chain of retail stores at one point in my life, and what I did, we had sales reps who came and sold us product. But, you know, if the sales rep wasn't available, or if the sales rep changed or whatever, it didn't affect us. We bought product based on when stuff sold off the shelf. When things are moving off the shelves and it came time, we want to have more product there. We would call the company, we'd place the order, and again, that makes it true passive income.
So eventually we've got a great concept here, and as you can see, from our product to our opportunity, we do pass the acid test. And you know, if you ever want a reality check and you're looking at opportunities out there, you know, think about these concepts when you're really understanding and evaluating the business. You know, the combination of these activities create basically sustainable passive income. It creates viral growth and the organic and natural team building that takes place. All these things combine to create true financial freedom for you. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Tim and see if you had any other thoughts on that slide.
Yeah, let's go ahead and keep moving through this here. Let's talk about getting started. Now, let's talk about starting from where you're at. You know, everybody wants to get involved, and they want to start. You know, I want to start here, I want to start there. No, start where you're at. Let's talk about where you're at and what you got to do, because you need to start working on getting your 100 days to financial freedom. That's how you become successful. So RTPR is designed to bring vendors through what we call a progressive process. The first, most important thing is active income, okay, i.e. events. The most important thing is to be involved in events where you're making money every month, and that's why we have the 100-Day Club. Because we want you, number one, making money. Number two, when you're at the event, your database is growing. That's building your passive income for the future. Then it's also allowing you to do team building. Well, team building helps you both with active income that you're leveraging, and also helps you leverage passive income. And then we have a series of corporate sponsored programs you can be involved in once you've attained certain levels within the company. So number one, active income. We have, if you're not familiar with it, you want to be out there doing events, there's a reseller's guide, and there's a get paid, get trained program. I would go to the person who brought you into the business, and if you haven't been trained, you get trained. We even, you do get paid to get trained, so we want you to be trained and trained properly. We want you motivated to be trained. Number two, database marketing. We have a whole series there with the 100-Day Club Training Video Part 1 that really talks very specifically of how powerful the database marketing tool is. We have the database marketing training videos. We have the national advertising campaign videos. Those are all powerful, and maybe you should watch those videos. The third thing is, team building. I'll tell you what, I don't think there's anything that's more important in being a successful team builder than having the vision to see what it can do for you overall, the focus to be able to hone in on people who could potentially be a great team member, and then a determination that once they've joined the team to make them successful. If you do that, it's going to be a winner for you. And then, of course, the corporate sponsor programs, we have those programs, like the special programs for people with healthcare practitioners. Well, those are reserved for platinum status vendors that reach a certain level. And here's what we'll say to you. Don't rush those. At the beginning with real-time pain relief, when people would come in, we let them rush through and say, I really want to focus here. And we found that those people weren't that successful. We found the people who were successful were the people who came through progression, and they started off with the basics, and they worked their way up. They had enough knowledge and information that when they got to those next levels, they were successful. So you'll want to watch the videos we have of corporate sponsor programs and understand how they can help grow your business. So focus on the ones that are available to you when you first come in. For example, get paid, get trained. That's your corporate sponsor program. On the other hand, if you've been in for a while and you've reached platinum status and you're actively engaged, well, then you want to get involved in the corporate sponsored event program so you can begin getting subsidies for the events that you do. And so the goal is real simple. You have to set your goals. So we talk about this here. Full state director. It only takes 2 to 3 members on your team to be actively working a 100-day plan, and you'll be able to get the full state director. The fact is here, many people make it in their first month to full state director. Not many people, I should say. Some people make it in their first month. It's not automatic. But I'll tell you this. I can tell you that there are a lot of people who make it in 2 to 3 months. And that would be a reasonable goal to make full state director in 2 to 3 months. That's great because you know what? That's getting your passive income right away because you're getting a great passive income because you're earning money off every sale in your state, whether you're connected or not, just by being a full state director. And so that's the first ladder in that true passive income that can change your life. And then the full regional director. Well, that's earning the $50,000 to $100,000 in income. It's going to take you 100 event days to get there, 25 members on your team. And we recommend that, if you look at 25, set a goal. You want to add one good one every 6 weeks, your front line, one good one. And then you're training that person, getting them engaged, and that's how you're building your team. And then that really puts you on pace in 8 to 9 months. You could be in a situation like full regional director. But, we always say it's your road, it's your pace. 8 to 9 months, that's pretty busy. That's knocking off 10 or 11 event days in a month. You want to say, I can't do that. I've got other commitments. I've got family. I've got a job. Hey, go for 6 days in a month. Go for 5 days in a month. You pick the pace. Just understand the pace you go at will determine the speed in which you get there. And then I think the next thing is this. The 100-Day Club has been designed. It's really, I guess I would say like this here. It's a way for vendors to really want to say, hey, I'm serious. I want to change my financial future. I'm willing to put the effort in. I'm willing to be accountable. And if you're in that situation, that's where we can help you achieve financial freedom. A place where we can work together. As we say here, the 100-Day Club is a team of vendors who are committed to success, and they will get special attention and assistance from the company. And what kinds of ways? Well, for example, to 2013, many corporate-sponsored programs are reserved for active 100-day club members only, and those programs include. And Ron, why don't you take us through those programs?
Yeah, I'd love to. As we go through these slides here, like I said, in 2013, many of the sponsored programs were reserved. We're going to basically show them and work with people that are participating in the 100-day club. We had a lot of great success with them in 2012. We refined them. We made them easier and we allowed for more people to participate through this program. So basically, like corporate-sponsored events, understanding that our corporate-sponsored programs, it's basically a concept where we take the risk for you, or take the risk out of it for the vendor. And we help you along the way. We help you with a variety of things. So corporate-sponsored events that are paid for by RTPR, and vendors sell the product and keep the profit. I mean, what more can you ask for there? So it's a great program that we're going to allow for 100-day club members to do. Corporate-sponsored conventions. So we did a lot of conventions last year. We refined the process. We learned from last year. We're implementing some great processes in this year, and we're going to allow those to be done by people that are in the 100-day club. Corporate-sponsored malls and kiosks. We did malls all over the nation last year where we actually corporately paid for these malls, and the vendors got to go in there and sell their product. We're going to be doing some of these elements. This program is going to be reserved for people that are in the 100-day club. We've done malls in Puerto Rico as well. We have 50-patient challenge. Keep in mind that, this is not where you want to focus on in the beginning if you're just starting out, but as you learn this business, as you go out there and do events, you're going to be approaching healthcare practitioners, just straight sustainable volume for you. So we have what's called the 50-patient challenge. The 50-patient challenge is really cool for our vendors because basically we provide for you to give the healthcare practitioners trifold and travel packs that basically allows them, it's called the 50-patient challenge, where they're going to be giving it to their patients. And, their patients are going to report back to them. Obviously, their patients are going to find that this product works, and then the doctor's going to start carrying that in their product line. We do up to 5 of these a month for vendors, and there's about a $500 investment that we make into your business. And, again, this is a program that is going to have a certain level of platinum qualification to be there, but also you're going to have to be in the 100-day club to be able to participate in this as well. Get Paid, Get Trained program is another element that we're going to be doing. That's only for 100-day club people as far as the trainee, making sure that they're involved in that for the 100-day club. iPad giveaway, in addition to the free sales aids and things that we give you, product and some of the programs, we have expanded time frames that we're going to give our vendors, like the iPad program. One of the aspects, and we'll have another video on this, is where we've taken the iPad giveaway, and instead of giving 3 months to earn the iPad like other vendors, the 100-day club members will have 100 days to qualify and then earn additional 10 months to earn the 10 points to receive a free iPad. We'll have a video that specifically outlines that program. But the concept here is, while membership has its privileges, the 100-day club has what we call an accountability system to help you maintain your membership. This is a free program that we're doing for you, and accountability, I don't want you to scare you off, from getting involved in the 100-day club, but what we're going to be doing is showing you the right trends and the methods that work to keep you on the right track. And Tim, if you want to talk a little bit about the accountability system, I think it will help people understand a little bit more of that.
Well, yeah, I think the main thing there is that we basically require members to be active in the 100-day club to fill out a monthly report. And they basically just tell us what they did in the previous month for activity and what their goals are for the next month. So it gives them always a chance at the end of each month to evaluate how they've done, set their goals for the next month, and then can make sure they're staying on pace for getting there. I think that's really staying on the pace that you choose. And if you get into a pace where it's too fast or too slow, you can always alter that. It's up to you, because really we're helping you be accountable to yourself in that program. So here's the question for you. Are you ready for the challenge? Are you ready for the challenge of obtaining financial freedom in just 100 days? It's available to you if you want to do it. All you need to do is join the 100-day club and work together with us, and we'll help you find your way to financial freedom. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.